So, recently we've got Huawei upgraded its GT series to the 3rd generation. And GT series has been such a strong product in the market for so long, and we can't wait to talk about how this one is gonna perform. We have been testing it for around 2 weeks, day after day, using all kinds of functions and testing with the new features. It feels like that by far, this is the best Android smartwatch that we have tested. So, let's dive into it. Instead of continuing the sporty design of GT2, the GT3's appearance looks closer to the HUAWEI Watch 3. The new appearance indeed looks premium and classic, accompanied by a leather strap. The decently built stainless steel dial no doubt made the GT3 stand out from other smartwatches. Unlike most electronic devices, smartwatches are not only very useful for their smart features, but also act as fashion accessories. And Huawei is one of the very few brands that brings a sense of fashion to the smartwatch. Whether you wear a really decent fancy suit or some casual sportswear, this looks really good on all different kinds of style, and that was the reason why I loved it so much at the first glance. And the watch is unexpectedly lightweight, only weighing 43 grams, but know that it features a 46mm dial with a metal frame. The narrower bezel is slick and leans outwards without an extra edge. But on such a narrow bezel, Huawei still adds the marking. For the minutes, the bezel is not rotatable unlike traditional sports watch. At the same time, the watch comes with an upgraded 1.43-inch AMOLED display. The interface is much smoother than we experience on most Android watches. On the side, there's a textured crown with a customized button below. These classic details make it better for daily wearing as it doesn't look too sporty. The watch we have is a 46mm version. Apart from it, the GT3 also comes with a smaller variant with 42mm dial, which shares the same performance and features as the larger dial model. The 42mm version is less obtrusive when wearing on the wrist, which should be a wiser choice for female users as it looks more stylish. Huawei offers various types of straps for both variants. Apart from the included leather strap, there are colorful rubber straps and premium steel straps as options. It has speakers and microphones at the two sides of the watch, so if you're gonna get some Bluetooth phone calls, it's gonna work just fine. The phone quality is so clear and loud. But note that the GT3 doesn't support independent calls through mobile networks. But it still makes sense since some users like me basically prefer longer battery life on a compact watch instead of adding some barely used functions. The GT3 runs on a brand new HarmonyOS 2.1 and it allows third-party applications too, but it drains the battery life a little bit more. But still, this watch is the first watch I've used that I don't need to worry charging it for one whole week. The usage involved 24 hours wearing with constant heart rate tracking, sleep tracking, blood oxygen tracking, around 2 hours per week of running tracking with the GPS on, and other functions enabled like having Bluetooth calls and playing music. And 3 weeks I only had to charge the GT3 once in total. Specifically, after wearing it for the whole week, there is still 28% to 36% of power left on the watch. Speaking of charging, the watch supports wireless charging. Here we suggest you to use the original charging pad because some third-party chargers probably gonna heat it up a little bit and that might hurt the battery life. Well, probably you've noted that the GT3 doesn't support other connectivity like LTE and Wi-Fi capacity. However, personally, it's not a deal breaker for me. I'm not a fan of features like LTE and Wi-Fi on watches, which basically do nothing but drain the battery life. But on the other hand, it means that you have to link it with the Huawei Health app. Also, we couldn't find NFC on the GT3. As we mentioned, the Watch GT3 is the second Huawei watch that runs the HarmonyOS. In our review of Huawei Watch 3, we already learned how efficient the OS was in our day-to-day usage. The GT3 covers almost all the key aspects of a smartwatch, like constant heart rate sensor, accurate GPS location, and it does an activity tracking with the most specific data. And it also calculates stress levels and blood oxygen level, which also offer data support for activities tracking. And good news for users having Huawei devices like Huawei phones and earbuds is that the watch could connect instantly and stably with these devices, but everything else needs the Huawei Health app for proper initial setup. And compared to its previous generation, the Harmony OS brought a smoother interface with further functions. In addition to the features we've mentioned above, you can find all the app bubbles that you install from the Health app. Pre-installed apps like the skin, thermometer, and the barometer are already well known among outdoor enthusiasts. The app gallery is usually different in different parts of the world, so in your area probably there is not going to be many options, but the system is still very new and we are pretty sure that you will have more and more options in the future, speaking of the applications. And if you're not interested in the bubble grid, you can have the apps in a list form and roll it by rotating the crown. There's another reason why I like Huawei wearable, and fortunately it's not exclusive to Huawei phones, but it's also available for both the Android and iOS platforms. The software does an excellent job of offering a proper analysis of the collected data. And you can personalize your watch with everything you want to set, starting from a wide selection of watch faces, all the triggers to activate health tracking, to app installation. And accompanied by all the collected health data, the app also provides various exercise courses and diet guidance like a life assistant, helping boost your life quality. So technically, this is not an independent watch like HUAWEI Watch 3 series, but still, it still has all the key features that a well-functioning wearable has, and the battery life is way above average. I wouldn't say that this is the best Android watch for this price point, but still, I recommend this the most personally. Especially the software. I love the software so much that it's actually having some impact on my life. Now I am getting more aware of my body status, I'm paying more attention to my health and related things. That is actually changing me in some ways, because after all, this is what is most important at the moment. And this is going to be all for today's review. Please leave a like if you have enjoyed the video, and you can comment to let me know what you think about this watch. You can subscribe to get more reviews like this, and I'll see you in the next video.